Hi Leo, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Nina, otherwise known as Sinfulpluto, and today we're doing your March predictions. I'm so excited. This is going to apply to Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so it might not apply to everyone. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest that doesn't. And use your discernment and your critical thinking when watching these videos, okay? Nothing I say is set in stone. I think that's it. I don't know why I keep on blanking on you, Leo. I'm so sorry. So I'm using the Spacious Tarot for anyone who is interested in checking out this deck. Oh my God, Nina. Why am I blanking out on you? My goodness, is this how you feel, Leo? Just blanking out on everything? Losing your train of thought? My goodness gracious. All right, Leo, so let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so what's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in March 2020? What's going on? Oops. What's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, March 2020? I just saw a stop sign. I don't know, I got an image of a stop sign. So I don't know if this applies to you, Leo. Maybe you need to stop before you do something, like stop and think, or I don't know. Like just take a break from something and be careful of like going too fast. So let's see what that's about. All right, what's going on for Leo? March 2020. It might also just be some sort of like halt in progress or like you needing to like slow down in some way. All right, we have Judgment. Okay, so wake up call in some way. Maybe that's why you need to slow down, because you're having a little bit of some sort of wake up call or like epiphany or something. Or maybe you just need to introspect and listen to what the universe is trying to tell you. I don't know. Okay, so Judgment, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Guardian of Pentacles. We have the Hermit reversed, Virgo energy. You could be dealing with a Virgo. That doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that way though. That could just be your own energy or anything. So Virgo, Hermit reversed, the Three of Wands. All right. So 10 of Swords. Ooh, okay. Queen of Cups reversed. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands, which is so interesting, right? Because that's the opposite of stopping. So a lot of movement here. It honestly kind of feels a little bit impulsive, or whatever movement or action is done, it feels like it's done with little tact or with little thought in mind. Like I said, it feels a little bit impulsive, a little bit... It just feels a little... I don't know, it just feels like you should be trying to slow down rather than speed up, is what it feels like. So we have Judgment here, right? We have Judgment, and right under that is the Three of Wands. So whatever wake-up call this is, or whatever judgment moment you're having, I feel like it's in relation to some sort of expansion, whether it's like learning or opening your mind to something, or like expanding in some sort of way, whether it's like expanding your mind, broadening your horizons, learning more information, exposing yourself to new knowledge, exposing yourself to new experiences, to new people, to new jobs, to new situations, projects, endeavors, ideas, opinions, whatever it is, right? To me, this feels like an expansion and knowledge. And I feel like that's why it might be important for you to slow down so that you can digest it all and you have a clear mind as to what to do with this information, so that you don't end up doing things that are kind of impulsive. Because I feel like the information might come at you like kind of quickly in the month of March. Like it might feel like a little overwhelming. It might feel that, 1 second, you're just chilling. You're just chilling. And then the next, you're just like having all of like this massive like download of information, or you just have like this massive epiphany in some sort of way, and there might be a lot that you have to sift through and like detangle so that you have a better understanding of like whatever thing the universe is trying to tell you, or like whatever it is that's just going through your mind. So I think that's why there's kind of this need to like slow down, to like, you know, pick everything apart and, you know, get it all organized, and then have a clear state of mind by doing that, you know, and having a clearer perspective as to what it all means at the end of the day. There might also just be some sort of form of travel that goes on for you this month, although I don't strongly feel that, so take that with a grain of salt. So next we have the Queen of Pentacles, which could be very well your own energy of independence, being very nurturing, being of service, right? Being of service towards yourself, towards others, having a healthy balance between those two things. Also, the Queen of Pentacles is earth energy, right? So earth signs aren't necessarily like the most, I don't want to say they're not impulsive, because, you know, everyone can be impulsive, but with like earth signs or like earth energy, right? It's something that is kind of slow, right? Usually earth is like slow, steady, methodical, that sort of thing. So I feel that's kind of the energy that you are being encouraged to take on this month, Leo. There could also be some form of like needing to build a stronger sense of independence, especially with this Three of Wands, right? Is like, again, the Three of Wands can refer to like spreading your wings, independence, going out into the new world and learning information on your own, having your own experiences, learning from your experiences, learning from your mistakes, that sort of thing. And with the Queen of Pentacles, there could be that need to build a stronger sense of independence, or a stronger sense of self, a stronger sense of worth, self-esteem, that sort of thing. Taking better care of yourself, putting yourself first, believing that you are a competent being and that you are able to accomplish whatever it is that is presented to you, right? Rather than expecting everyone else to do the work for you. We have the Hermit reversed, which is interesting. The feeling that I get with this Hermit reverse is like feeling that you know everything, right? That's kind of what this feels like. Feeling like you know everything, especially with whatever download that you end up experiencing, which I know kind of sounds crazy, but I feel like, again, like I just feel like you're going to have some sort of epiphany, or like things will feel like they're just falling into place and it'll all start making sense. But I feel that you might act on that a little too quickly, a little too brashly. Is that a word? I don't know. I don't know if it's the right word to use, but that's kind of what I feel like. Hermit reversed feels like a little bit arrogant and thinking like, oh, like I know exactly what to do now. I know everything. Like I have all of this information. I know exactly what to do. I'm going to go ahead and do it now. But it feels like, yes, you might have the information, but is it all organized? You know, it kind of just feels like, it kind of feels like you were provided a handbook, but all the pages are out of order. So you have to put everything in order so that you know what the first step is before you go ahead and actually go through with it and like follow through with it. That's kind of what that feels like. So that's just something to keep in mind for you, Leo, is just be careful of taking any sort of action. Be careful of being too quick to take action. Be careful of being too quick, just like doing anything, engaging anything. I feel like there has to be a little bit more of a slow, methodical way of being. And it's so interesting, right? Because not only are we still in Mercury retrograde, which ends on the 9th, I believe, we're in like Pisces season, and like it's the end of something, and eventually we're going to be at the beginning of Aries season, right? So it's like that shift from like kind of slow, feeling a little bit muddy, feeling like you're floating, and then we go into Aries season and we want to go. And I feel like the universe wants us, while in Aries season especially, to just like continue at the speed that we were going and kind of slowly transition into that pace, you know, so that we don't give ourselves whiplash is what it feels like. So yes, so we have we cover the Three of Wands, right, which is the expansion, the learning, opening your mind up to new things, right? So with the Hermit reversed and the Three of Wands, this to me kind of shows how you don't necessarily know everything. There's still a lot to learn. There's still different perspectives to take on. There's still different belief systems to open yourself up to. There's still a lot to uncover, right? So that's why it's so important to not take on like kind of like a little bit of that arrogant attitude here. And then we have the Ten of Swords, which kind of talks about like a permanent ending to something, some sort of ending, some sort of, it can also just talk a little bit about like being dramatic, honestly, being a little bit dramatic about something, dragging something out, which causes a little bit more pain than necessary. And then we have the Queen of Cups reversed, which is like being really moody and like emotionally volatile, and your emotions getting the best of you. Maybe you're being a little bit passive aggressive or whatever this is, right? That's interesting. So, how are you, because it's here, it seems like you're causing yourself more pain than you need to be. But why are you causing yourself pain? Why is Leo doing this? Why is Leo feeling this way? Let's go ahead and clarify this Ten of Swords and see what we get here. Why do we have this Ten of Swords for Leo for March 2020? Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Wands reversed, so a burden not worth having. We have the Star, which is having hope and faith in the universe that whatever like hardship you're going through is going to end. Is there some sort of hardship that you're going through, Leo? Ten of Wands, release of a burden. Empress is fertility, creativity, new beginning, the birth of something new. So the Ten of Swords could very well just signify an ending, but it might feel a little bit painful, maybe because you don't want that thing to end, maybe because you want to have the best of both worlds. Or maybe you're just being a little bit, maybe you find yourself being a little bit dramatic about whatever ending this is, right? Maybe like just putting on a bit of a show, but that ends up causing you far more pain than it needs to. And I think, again, whether this is ending something too slowly or ending something too quickly, I think that this Ten of Swords is just saying like I feel like all of this is kind of saying like there has to be like a balanced speed at which you are going, you know, not going too fast, not going too slow, but just like at a regular pace so that you don't end up harming yourself more than usual, and so that you don't end up feeling emotionally up and down, feeling really moody, having mood swings, or even a little bit emotionally volatile, whatever it is. And with the Hermit reverse, this can also signify like over isolating yourself. So that's also something to be mindful of, Leo. Be careful of isolating yourself, especially when you are going through like this transition, because it feels very transitionary. Is that a word? I don't know. For some of you, Leo, I feel as though you're being brought outside of your comfort zone in some sort of way. This kind of feels like a completely different narrative now. So for others of you, if whatever I said didn't resonate with you before, Another thing that I'm picking up on, Leo, with this spread is that March might feel like it's going very fast and you might be a little bit overwhelmed by it, right? Because we do have the Eight of Wands as the overall energy. So it's like things might be going really fast and maybe at a pace that you are not comfortable with. And it might be a little bit overwhelming because maybe in February you were kind of isolating yourself a little bit too much or just spending a little bit too much time in solitude. And I think that with March, there's just a lot going on. There's a lot of information that you're going to be learning. And I feel that you're really being pushed to like reintegrate yourself with the society again. And it's interesting, right? Because not only do we have the Hermit reverse, which is over isolation, but we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Guardian of Pentacles. And she's alone in the forest, and like the forest is like super dark and shit. Like it looks dark. It feels alone. And it feels like you're trying to protect yourself. It feels like very like self-preservation, self-protection, but you're like completely alone in like the middle of this forest. And it feels a little bit overwhelming, but I also feel that you don't have to be in the middle of this forest. Like you can move, you can go out and reintegrate yourself. Like you don't have to be in some sort of cave. And with the Three of Wands, like I said, like this is independence. This is doing things on your own. This is just like being free, flying free, having new experiences, exposing yourself to new things, to new information, to new knowledge. It could potentially signify travel for some of you, whether it's like short distance or long distance, but it just feels like you need to get out of the house in some sort of way. Like you need to get out of like a comfort zone that you might be in. And that sort of transition might be a little bit painful to you, and you might actually unintentionally make it harder on yourself than you need to, because it could be that you have grown accustomed to being like alone or to being like just completely isolated from the rest of the world. And so like reintegrating yourself might feel a little bit uncomfortable. And you know, as Leo, you might be a little dramatic about it. We have the Queen of Cups reversed, which is like mood swings again. Perhaps being passive aggressive in some sort of way, or just like not having a proper regulation of your emotions, like just not regulating yourself properly or healthily. So that might also be something that you need to take note of, Leo. Yeah. I think that's what I really have for you. So there's like two separate narratives here. So if one resonates more than the other, or whatever the case might be, I feel like the overall message here for the second message is like you need to reintegrate yourself. You need to go out more. You need, like, independence is good. You know, being on your own, being self-reliant is good, but not at the expense of, not at the cost of like always being alone, always being in solitude, you know, always being in isolation. There's a balance with that. And I feel that March will kind of give you that sort of wake-up call. It'll get, like, I feel like March will be a wake-up call for you, and how you need to reintegrate yourself, how you need to go out more, how you need to fly free, maybe be a little bit more social, or do more things outside of the house, whatever this is, right? You might need this to be a little bit more of a slow transition, because it could be a little bit, you know, a little bit uncomfortable for you, and your emotions might be might fluctuate because of that, but it's also something to be mindful of. So I hope that was helpful for you, Leo. I hope it resonates for you in some sort of way. Let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments down below. I would love to hear anything that you want to share. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Share with your friends, family, loved ones, or anyone else who needs to hear this message. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification to know when I upload my videos. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at sinfulpluto.com. If you want to find me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. And with that being said, my loves, I will talk to you later. Okay? I love you. Bye.